Welcome back to another installment of Professor Charles's Law. Shoo-be-doo-doo-doo. Oh yeah. Welcome back to another installment of Professor Charles Live. And today, let's talk about this movie that has been, I guess, maybe not necessarily highly anticipated. I didn't ever want to see a sequel for it. So let's talk about it. Coming to America 2. You know, this movie has not, it's a huge gap from the first movie. Okay, first off, like 33 years for a sequel is a very long time. This is not the sequel I anticipated, honestly, but let's talk about this movie and why I felt like this movie wasn't like necessarily the best movie ever, but there was some good things about the movie, honestly. But let's talk about this movie. So, the movie, I didn't like the title, Coming to America 2. Let me just explain why. This movie doesn't necessarily take place too much in Queens, New York. I felt like if they were going to do that, they should have said Coming to Zamunda versus Coming to America, because most of the film, honestly, I'm just speaking from a realistic view, did not take place in New York. It was like, all right, we had certain, scenes. I'm not going to say how many scenes. I don't want to spoil it. But I just felt like it should have been called Coming Back to Zamunda, Finding the Prince. It should have just had a new name. Personally, I was like, I'm not really feeling this name. I don't know if anyone else felt that way, but y'all tell me in the comments if y'all felt that way. And I think that was kind of a problem too. I was just like, yo, bro, y'all really gonna give us a name like this again? But yet it don't make no sense to it. The other issue, not necessarily an issue that I felt like this film was, it was too many, like, actors that were, like, well established or well known. And this is how I feel about movies where it's just, like, too many actors in it that are well known. Sometimes it do work. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It depends on the type of movie, okay? But this, it didn't really work. I mean, don't get me wrong. Wesley Snipes, oh my God, his performance in this movie was great, because like the last couple 4, 3, 5 movies that he was in just wasn't great. I mean, I like Wesley Snipes, depending on certain roles he's played in the movie. I think the last most decent role that I've seen Wesley play in was Brooklyn's Finest. That's the last role, really. And I was just like, wow, Wesley performance was honestly really good. I was like, whoa, Wesley, that's you, bro. That's the thing too. Wesley did a nice job. I also felt like this movie, I didn't like the storyline, yo. Like, the storyline was pretty cheesy. They didn't explain how the shaman knew that Eddie had a son. I mean, his father knowing, that was cool and all, but I was just like, bruh, like, y'all just gonna have the shaman tell y'all he have another son, but they don't explain how, have another son. And the storyline was a little corny on that part, where it was like, okay, well, he got high, or intoxicated. And it was just like, really? And then, that's what happened. I mean, I was like, could it just been another way that happened? But then again, who am I? I'm not the writer of the actual movie or anything like that. And I was just like, this storyline is not that great. And I think that was the other thing. The other issue I kind of saw with this movie, and I'm not going to try to chew this movie out because there are some good things about the movie too before I get, to the other part, was the story. I felt like we didn't know enough of, pretty much Eddie's character's daughters. We only knew mostly of the oldest daughter, which is played by Eddie Murphy's daughter, guys. If y'all really paid attention, it was obvious. The other two girls, we knew less of, the two younger sisters, and also the prince. Now here's the thing I did like about this movie, and I know you're gonna be like, what? You like that stuff about the movie? Okay, so some of the woke messages were cool. I'm not gonna lie, all right? I was like, okay, there's some good in this movie. It's not like a horrible movie. It ain't no, go pick it up on DVD or Blu-ray type of thing, but the woke messages, like getting in tune with your ancestors, where the prince, was tested by his two younger sisters to know more about his family tree, his African roots. I did enjoy that, okay? I'm not gonna be like, oh, no, I didn't enjoy that. Who wouldn't want to know about their family tree, right? So that was a plus. The other thing I did like about this, and this was kind of like a theme, like, you know, with this whole Western, you know, society, and then this African girl, you know, because the prince was from Queens, New York, and she was from Africa, Zamunda. I did like that. Just because you're from, you know, another continent, you can still find love. Okay, that was cool. I did like that, and it also celebrated Black love. I thought it was cool. I was like, hey, this is really me. I like that message. I was like, okay, cool. The other thing I liked, carve your own path, create your own path. Because remember, the prince, when he got to Zamunda, he was trying to be like his dad, and it's like, hey man, you gotta be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, I guess, you know, I'm not saying all parents. Some parents have this superficial expectation of what you should be, and you have to be yourself in order to create your own path. So I did like that aspect of the movie. I was like, oh, okay, I like this, because he started to like want to be like his dad, do all these things his dad has done. It's like, you know, it's cool that you follow in footsteps, but you have to create your own path. Individuality, it kind of, you know, not necessarily focused on, but it showed you that he had to establish that about himself, you know. So that, you know, that was another thing. The other thing was, we saw Eddie fail as a parent. You know what I'm saying? I think I like that about him. You know, him pretty much, you know, trying to, you know, bond with his son, but it didn't quite work out the way he thought it would, because he wanted them to marry the princess of Wesley Snipes' character. I cannot think of the name of the character, but his daughter, and to have a marriage so it could stop whatever they had going on, you know, the feud and animosity and war. That was cool. But I just gotta say, this sequel was not what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I like it should take you 33 years to be like, yo, we gonna do a sequel. And the other thing that I noticed, I felt like this movie was kind of rushed. It was cheaply made too. I did notice that. Even with the stunt double. Oh my God, guys. There's a scene where Eddie Murphy's in this movie, and you're just gonna be like, what the deuce is, bruh? And you can tell it's the stunt double. It's not Eddie Murphy, because you can see the actual face. You're like, oh! You know, so I'm just like, yo, like this was cheaply made. The writing just wasn't good. I didn't like the story as much. I was just like, yo, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, did Amazon really approve of this? Like, Amazon, hey, Paramount, hey, look, we gotta put it out. You know, and I'm just like, But this movie for me was a 3 out of 5. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't appealing enough for me. It did not, you know, I didn't really laugh as much. I'm like, I thought like, okay, when you see Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, you know what I'm saying? You think like, all right, it's gonna be like the original, you know? But it just was, it was a dry laugh. Like I said, the movie, it was, you know, it was a lot of musical performances too. I felt like I was just watching a musical. I was like, wait a minute, did they just add a musical to this? But guys, this is my review on Coming to America 2. You tell me in the comments, is it better than the first one, or is it touching the first one? To me, I just felt they should have left it alone. Like, if it take you 33 years to come out with a sequel, then y'all just need to figure something else out. Y'all need to come out with a standalone movie dealing with something else. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like the movie was a reunion. Everybody kind of got back to know each other. And certain scenes just weren't great to me. So this is my review on it. You tell me in the comments, guys. Until next time, I'm out.